Ex-IGP's testimony irrefutable proof of Hasina's misrule, said ICT's chief prosecutor. Now in details. Court declared fugitive defendants will not be able to contest in the upcoming national polls in February. Election Commissioner retired Brigadier General Abul Fazl Muhammad Sanaullah said today. Speaking to the reporters at the Nirbachan Bhavan in the capital's Agargaon, he also informed that the draft of the Representation of the People Order is being finalized and sent to the Law Ministry for voting. On polling center management, the Election Commissioner said that from now on, district election officers and all deputy commissioners will prepare the list of polling center. In a case of a tie, re-voting will be held instead of a lottery. He also added, a candidate may spend maximum of Taka 10 per voter of Taka 25 lakh per constituency. Nomination papers cannot be submitted online, and if any affidavit information is proven false after election, the parliament membership will be cancelled. He also said, Mr. Sanaullah further said the security deposit for the parliamentary candidates has been raised from Taka 20,000 to Taka 50,000. He also noted that the armed forces, including the Army, Navy and Air Force, will now fall under the definition of law enforcement agencies. BNP senior leader Amir Khosrow Mohammad Chowdhury today warned that Bangladesh is gradually going downhill as it has failed to transition to the democratic order even after 1 year of the mass uprising. 1 year is actually a long time. The country should have transition to the democratic order through the electoral process long ago. Because of the delay, Bangladesh is going downhill day by day. He also said, while speaking at a seminar, Mr. Khosrow also said his history shows a countries which quickly embrace democracy through elections after revolution or uprisings fares better, while those that delays faced economic collapse, social unrest, and even civil war as well. The BNP Standing Committee member said the absence of democracy and elected government is worsening the situation and widening the gap between the interim government and the people. The seminar, titled Post-July Political Thoughts, Which Direction Bangladesh is Walking, was organized by the School of Leadership USA at the City Hotel. He further asked all political parties to recognize the change in people's expectations following the end of the Sheikh Hasina's rule. Khosrow stressed that parties must stop fighting for credit over the uprising. Besides, one said that one group took the advantage by selling liberation war, while another wants to use 2024's mass uprising. International Crimes Tribunal ICT Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam on Wednesday termed the testimony of former Inspector General of Police IGP Chowdhury Abdullah Al Mamun as irrefutable evidence of Sheikh Hasina's misrule. Mamun, who turned approver in the case against the ousted Prime Minister and former Home Minister Asad Khan Kamal over atrocities committed during the July 2024 mass uprising, testified before ICT on September 2. He pleaded guilty, sought mercy, and directly implicated Hasina and Kamal in ordering the use of lethal force against protesters on July 18, 2024. And then the Home Minister, Asad Khan Kamal, informed me that Sheikh Hasina had directly ordered the use of lethal weapons to suppress the uprising. Mamun told and tribunal said the order was relayed nationwide through additional DIG, the Pralay Kumar Jodhar, including to then DMP Commissioner Habibur Rahman. From the day the use of deadly weapons began, Mamun added, the naming former top police official who executed the directives. Mamun alleged that Hasina was encouraged to adopt the violent course by several leaders, including Obaidul Qadir, Salman F. Rahman, Anisul Haq, Hasanul Haq Inu, Rashid Khan Menon, Jahangir Kabir Nanak, Mirza Alam Azam, and Fazle Nur Taposh, and Muhammad Ali Arafat. The Appellate Division of Supreme Court has cleared the way of holding the Dakshu election on the scheduled date of September 9 as it upheld an order passed by its judge in chamber in this regard. The Appellate Division full bench headed by Chief Justice Syed Rifat Ahmed passed the order after hearing a civil miscellaneous petition. Senior Advocate Arsenal Karim and Barrister Jitramoy Barua moved the plea before the court, while Advocate Muhammad Shishir Monir argued for Dhaka University. Barrister Imran A. Siddiq stood for SM Farhat, a General Secretary candidate from the Ukiyoboto Shikrat Jod panel. Appellate Division Judge in Chamber Justice Farah Mahbub on September 1st stayed in High Court order that had suspended the Dakshu election until October 30. Earlier on the same day, a High Court Division bench of Justice Muhammad Habibul Goni and Justice Iskatasin Ali had stayed the Dakshu election following a writ petition filed by B.M. Fahmida Alam, a candidate for Liberation War and Democratic Movement Affairs Secretary from the Left Alliance panel. Dhaka University authorities has expelled a student for 6 months after he allegedly threatened to gang rape a female student who had filed a writ petition in the High Court regarding the upcoming Dakshu elections. The student, Ali Hussain of the Sociology Department and a resident of Shoaid Sergeant Joharul Haq Hall, was expelled following the recommendation of approved committee from a proctor office, at Dhaka University press release said today. This is the highest punishment permissible under the university order within the jurisdiction of proctor, the release added. The complaint has also been forwarded to the university's Sexual Harassment Committee for further action. Earlier on Tuesday, the university formed 2 separate committees to investigate the matter, one by the Dakshu Election Commission, another by the proctorial team. The Appellate Division of the Supreme Court is set to announce its verdict on Thursday tomorrow in the appeal filed by the state challenging the acquittal of all accused in the August 21st grenade attack case. Among the accused are BNP Senior Vice Chairman Tariq Rahman, who was previously sentenced to life imprisonment, and former State Minister for Home Affairs Lutfuzaman Babur, who received the death penalty. The appeal seeks to overturn their acquittal and reinstate the original convictions. A 6-member bench of Appellate Division, led by Chief Justice Dr. Syed Rifat Ahmed, will deliver the ruling. The hearing concluded on August 21st, marking the anniversary of the deadly grenade attack that targeted the Awami League rally in 2004, killing 24 people, including hundreds. Following the hearing, the court scheduled for the verdict of September 4. Defense argument on behalf of Rahman and Babur were presented by Advocate S.M. Shahjan and Advocate Muhammad Shishir Monir. Viewers, we're taking a short break. Stay with us. on Tuesday, when homes, neighborhood and shelter were hit. Meanwhile, Spain's Prime Minister said Europe's response to war in Gaza has been failure and risk undermining its global credibility. On the other hand, Belgium announced sweeping measures against Israel, including sanctions and expanded arms embargo and a ban on importing goods and services. At least 63,633 people have been killed in Israeli genocide across Gaza, October 7, 2023. Chinese President Xi Jinping said on Wednesday that China is a great nation that doesn't fear violence as the country kicked off its largest over the military parade. The highly choreographed Victory Day spectacle comes as U.S. President Donald Trump, America's first stance and trade war have strained Washington's long-standing alliance. Xi Jinping has cast World War II as a major turning point in the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation, in which it overcame the humiliation of the Japan's invasion to become an economic powerhouse. He is highly expected to highlight China and Soviet Russia tomb in defeating fascism and its role upholding the post-war international order during his speech at the ceremony. After greeting foreign leaders, including Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, she moved on to the welcome Chinese military veteran before taking the place at the center of the event. Putin and Kim Jong-un were just some of the 26 world leaders who attended the parade in a group that was down from the mostly non-Western countries. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin thanked Kim Jong-un on Wednesday for North Korean soldiers courageous fighting against Ukrainian forces. At your initiative, as it's well known, your special forces participated in the liberation war of the Kurds region, Putin told Kim at a meeting for China. Your soldier fought courageously and heroically. North Korean troops helped Russian earlier this year eject Ukrainian forces from the Russian western region in Kursk. I would like to note that we will never forget the sacrifice that your armed forces and the family of your servicemen has suffered, Putin said. On behalf of Russian people, I would like to thank before your participation in the joint fight, Putin said. I ask you to convey my warmest word to gratitude of all people of Democratic People's Republic of Korea, he also added. Japanese government spokesperson Yoshimasa Hayashi said on Wednesday that the country was closely monitoring China's largest ever military parade that marked 80 years since Japan's defeat at the end of the World War II. While Hayashi said that Japan was not in a position to comment on China's intention, the hosting ceremony that stated that Japan and China have confirmed the developing for the mutually beneficial, constructive and stable relationship as well. Chinese President Xi Jinping has cast World War II as a major turning point for the great rejuvenation for the Chinese nation, in which overcame the humiliation of Japan invasion to become economic powerhouse. U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday used his social platform to cast China alongside Russia and North Korea, uprising and urging the President Xi Jinping to give the warmest regard to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspire against United States. Many Americans died in China, gasped for the victory and glory. I hope that they are rightfully honored and remembered for their bravery and sacrifice. May Xi Jinping and the wonderful people of China have a great and lasting day for the celebration, the U.S. President further added. The Kremlin said on Wednesday that Vladimir Putin was not conspiring with the Chinese Xi Jinping and the North Korean Kim Jong-un against the United States, and suggested that perhaps President Donald Trump was being iconic with his criticism. When asked about the Trump remark by Russian state television, Kremlin foreign policy aide Yuri Yeskov said on Trump may have been being iconic. I would like to say that no one has been conspiring, no one has been plotting anything, no conspiracies, Yeskov said. Chinese President Xi Jinping earlier warned that the world was facing a choice between peace or war at a massive military parade in Beijing on Wednesday, flanked by Putin and Kim Jong-un in an unprecedented show to force. Russia launched a sweeping overnight air attack on Ukraine that injured at least 4 railway workers and damaged critical infrastructure, Ukrainian authorities said on Wednesday. The attacks came as Russian President Vladimir Putin attended a military parade in Beijing to mark the end of the World War II. Air raid alert sounded an hour for across Ukraine, with explosion heard in 9 of just 24 regions, Ukrainian official and the media said. Ukraine Air Force and set on down drone and missile launched by Russian overnight, aiding the drone and missile struck 14 locations in a western city of the public transport faced significant schedule disruption after the attack, said this administration said on Telegram. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in Denmark on Wednesday to participate in a meeting with the Nordic and Baltic leader. Denmark Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen will host the meeting in the Copenhagen. He said in an earlier statement today, Zelensky is expected to press the stronger pressure on Moscow after the Russian forces launched a sweeping air attack on Ukraine overnight, damaging energy and transport infrastructure. We will be discussing the need for strong pressure measures with our partner in coming days, Zelensky said on the Telegram app. The father added he planned to travel to France, where he would meet EU and US allies to discuss the next step in the coalition of willing countries that have promised to help Ukraine. The leader of Thailand's the Vamsai party, the Anutin Chakunvikul, said on Wednesday he was the support 146 lawmakers from 7 groups and parties in the bid to become the prime minister. And during the press briefing, the Anutin said on the words committed to the conditions set by the People's Party, the biggest party in parliament, including House dissolution after forming a government within the 4 months. Meanwhile, the ruling Pheu Thai party said it sought royal approval to dissolve the parliament for a new election moments after the opposition People's Party, the biggest group in the House, said would back the party from government. Prime Minister Petongram, the Seonstra, dismissal the last Friday for the ethics violation triggered a scramble for power with the Pheu Thai party racism for the shore of the fragile coalition with a slender majority as its former alliance. The partner mounted a bold challenge to form its own government. Villagers cleared out debris after the powerful earthquake struck the mountainous southeastern Afghan province on Kunar on Monday. The magnitude 6 quake left some 1,400 people and injured 3,124, with more than 5,400 houses destroyed, according to a Taliban spokesperson. Also, on Tuesday, a second large quake, magnitude 5.5, shook the same region, leading the fears of yet more destruction in a country crippled by poverty, war, shrinking aid. Officers said 3 villages in the Kunar were flattered, causing more than 600 deaths. The Defense Ministry said 45 had evacuated 40,020 victims as rescue team moved from badly hit villages to more remote hamlets. The United Nations has warned the toll would rise as victims remained trapped under the rubble. A bomb blast killed at least 11 people at a public rally in southeastern Pakistani city and Quetta late on Tuesday, said officials. Government official Hamza Safat said the rally was held to commemorate the anniversary of the death of the Sadr Ataullah, the Mongol of the nationalist leader and the former provincial chief minister. He also said the reporter they had said the bomb went off the parking area as the people were leaving the rally. Police were investigating the blast, which appeared to a suicide bombing police official or the rifle. However, no one has claimed responsibility. Israel has successfully sent a new generation of intelligence satellite into space. The high-tech satellite launched on Tuesday is now transmitting data from orbit, the country's defense minister said. Israel sees the successful launch of the satellite as the important step in increasing its security capabilities. Anna Hussein has the details.
Israel's spy satellite. The satellite has been named Ofek 19. The satellite was sent from Pamachim Air Base in central Israel on Tuesday night. Ministry officials said the launch of the satellite will give a new dimension to Israel's security situation and will help in strategic surveillance. Defense Ministry Israel Quds said in a statement, "This launch is a message to our enemies. Wherever you are, we are watching you." In another post on X, Quds made it clear that Israel is always determined to protect its security and sovereignty.
Israel, the defense industry, have launched the most capable surveillance satellite, demonstrating the invention, creation, creativity, capability of Israeli. All the startup nation help to achieve this mission to get space superiority of Israel.
The Israeli Defense Ministry said in a statement that Ofek 19 has been in orbit and has begun transmitting data. The satellite is equipped with cutting-edge technology and is capable of monitoring in high resolution. It will help Israel closely monitor the military activities of its enemy countries.
The capabilities and the technology of IAI into the decision makers from one hand and the end soldier on the other hand. We are very proud of it and we are looking forward to see the result of this satellite in the next future.
Israel has long been investigating in developing its own satellite technology. Ofek 19 is the latest addition to the effort. According to analysts, the satellite launch carries an important message not only in terms of security but also in regional geopolitics. Anna Hussein, SATV.
Before ending, we go through the SATV News headlines again. Fugitives won't be able to contest in polls, said EC Sanola. District election officials instead of DCs will prepare polling centers list. One group took advantage by selling Liberation War, while another wants to use 2024 master pricing, said Amit Khosrow. Ex-IGP's testimony irrefutable proof of Hasina's misrole, said ICT Chief Prosecutor. You are up to date with our top stories so far here on SATV. And to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.